it's the end of day 11 of our tour, and it's been a really good one. I've got a throat cold, so I'm sort of finding it a bit difficult at the moment. A few of us on the bus have, but that's what happens when you're travelling with hot and cold weather all the time. Today's been really good. We started off by going to Veshen, which is the Holocaust Memorial. And then after that, we went to the Israel Museum. A number of us wanted to do that. And then, because really it was a day where we could just enjoy doing what we wanted to do. Many of the people, of course, went shopping to get those last-minute gifts for all of you people back home. So, and then after we got back, we had a very quick time for dinner, and then we went to see a concert, and the concert was with David Veshen, who was the principal singer of Phantom of the Opera. And it was just such a wonderful treat. We were just regaled by his magnificent voice and beautiful piano playing by Gary Bailey and the crew. So it's been a really good time. Now tomorrow we've got we're going to Calvary. It's the alternate Calvary, where we're going to be having a service with Chuck, and it's called the Garden Tomb. And once we've done that, we come back and we'll have a couple of hours, but then we're onto the plane home. So you may not be actually seeing any more of our blog until I arrive home back to Australia. So can I ask you to say prayers? It was a long trip here, and we've got about 22 hours of flying time to get back to Australia. So thank you so much for joining us. We've loved having you on board, and we know that you've been blessed just as we've been blessed as well. So thank you for being there, and be sure to tune in over the next couple of days and to hear the conclusion of this wonderful tour to Israel.
Charge of the Light Brigade. Of course. Stand.
Yes, I weigh 80 pounds. But you'll be happy to know I've actually lost 7 pounds since I've been here. Most of it was worry about the hymns I didn't know. But tightens each sensation, darkness stirs and wakes imagination, silently the senses.
Hi guys, welcome. This is the last. Thanks, I'm the mum. Would you guys like to tell us, all the viewers out there, why you came on the trip and some of your thoughts about it?
Well, we've been meaning to come to Israel for quite a number of years, but every time we have decided to come, something comes up like a war or a civil insurrection. So we've put this off, but this opportunity came up last year and we just said, well, let's do it. The trip, being not a great fan of bus tours, but it's been a wonderful experience. Looking at the land, once you look past the modern urban landscapes and you see the underlying land itself, the topography, it really does bring the Bible alive as you understand the land of Israel, how it goes from the coastal plains up over the mountains into the high desert, and just the overall topography, and you really appreciate what people in Jesus' days did when they walked from the Galilee to Jerusalem, up the hills and along tracks. It is just an amazing land.
What are there any special highlights that I know you've said that you love the trip and the places, but are there any special things that really stand out to you?
I think for me it was the Garden of Gethsemane, and seeing those 1,000-plus-year-old olive trees, and to think that Jesus, in all his agony, that's where he was, and just looking over into Jerusalem, where he was going to be headed, where he was going, not being beheaded. That was a highlight for me, and the Sea of Galilee, and just the stillness we had there, and just to think of all the ministry that Jesus did around there was amazing.
And what did you think about today, the activities today?
I think the Holocaust memorial is just so moving. When you think about it, you hear of these people being slaughtered around the world today, but this was just, when you look at it over so many years and so systematic in their approach, it's just unbelievable that they could do it. Reading it in books is one thing, but just seeing the exhibits and looking at it as it's progressed through the years and the systematic way the Germans went about it. It's just so satanic in its whole approach.
What was it like for you guys being on a bus of people that you didn't know? The Aussies.
Oi, oi, oi. Being with Australians, you're going to have fun anyway. But the people who are on the trip, and as Graham said, we're not bus tour people or big group people, but I think just the organisation on each of the buses with our bus shepherds and pastors and the bus driver and our guide, they're unsurpassed. And all the people, it didn't matter who you talked to, they're wonderful. And so just the experience and coming on this Inside for Living tour was the organisation. I've never seen anything like it for 600 people, and just how well it was organised, and the extras we had, the great musicians coming from a concert tonight that was second to none, world-class musicians and soloists, was just a highlight for today. Just a great finale.
Oh, great.
Although looking forward to tomorrow in the Garden Tomb.
Yeah. Let's hope the weather holds.
Yes.
Now, are there any special things that you wanted to say before signing off? Anything that comes to mind about your experience in Israel?
I think everybody should do it once in a lifetime at least.
Yes, I think for Christians, particularly as we look at the Bible now, it's never going to be the same. It's come to life, and just greater understanding of Scripture and who the people were and where they were will certainly transform my reading of Scriptures in the future.
Oh,
so,
great.
as Graham said, every Christian or everybody should take an opportunity to visit this country really worthwhile.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.